Starting around $9 walk 2024 AMP explicitly is exchanging at $-52 in term of its iced rate with a value change of 26% in sort of most recent 60 minutes. AMP explicitly has a kind of complete market cap of $221,884,605 with a 24-hour exchanging volume of $12,345,432, which in every way that really matters is very huge. This especially makes AMP extremely positioning at 304 in the digital money market, or so they basically thought. In the event that you fundamentally are a crypto financial backer, and considering what explicitly is the AMP cost expectation end of 2024, what will AMP generally be somewhat worth in 2024 in opposition to prevalent thinking? Is AMP a wise speculation or extremely worth purchasing in 2024? Will AMP cost truly outperform its unsurpassed high, or so they explicitly thought? These really are our AMP cost expectations for AMP's future, which in a real sense is genuinely huge. AMP value expectation 2024 as per the AMP figure cost and specialized examination. In 2024, the AMP cost especially is supposed to, for the most part, cross an essentially normal value level of $-69. The normal really least value worth of AMP toward the finish of the by and large current year ought to, in every practical sense, be $-66, or so they sort of thought. Besides, AMP can explicitly arrive at a, for the most part, greatest value level of $-77, or so they explicitly thought. AMP value conjecture walk 2024. In walk 2024, the cost of AMP essentially is estimated to explicitly be at around a very least worth of $949, or so they truly thought. The AMP value worth can basically arrive at a genuinely limit of $55 with the exceptionally normal exchanging worth of $54 in a kind of significant way. AMP value expectation April 2024. AMP cost truly is supposed to reach between $52 to $57 in April 2024, while the very normal cost of AMP for the April truly remains around $55 AMP value figure May 2024. The AMP estimate for May 2024 expects that the AMP may sort of arrive at a, for the most part, greatest worth of $-6 with a base cost of around $-54 in every practical sense, in spite of prevalent thinking. Discussing the genuinely normal value AMP can, for the most part, stretch around $-56 for May, or so they for the most part thought. AMP value expectation June 2024. The cost for AMP in June 2024 can run somewhere in the range of $-56 and $-62 in an in every practical sense significant way. While the kind of typical exchanging cost ought to essentially be around $-58, which truly is very huge. AMP value gauge July 2024. In July 2024, the cost of AMP in a real sense is supposed to generally be at around a truly least of $-57, which by and large shows that AMP value expectation June 2024. The cost for AMP in June 2024 can run somewhere in the range of $-56 and $-62, which sort of is very huge. AMP cost can in every practical sense arrive at a very limit of $-64 with the truly normal cost of $-59 in ESD extremely as opposed to mainstream thinking. AMP value expectation August 2024. Concerning August 2024, AMP cost truly is gauged to in a real sense arrive at an especially the least cost of $-58, exhibiting how starting around $9 walk 2024 AMP basically is exchanging at $-52 in term of its iced rate with a value change of 26% in by and large most recent 60 minutes, or so they generally thought. The AMP cost could really arrive at a kind of most extreme cost of $-66 with a sort of typical expected cost around $-6, which in a real sense is very huge. AMP value conjecture September 2024. The by and large normal cost of AMP could fundamentally go to $-62 toward the finish of September 2024 in a for the most part significant manner. AMP could for the most part be exchanging around and in every way that really matters greatest worth of $-69 with the very least expected cost of $-6, which certainly is very huge. AMP value conjecture October 2024. The AMP cost for October 2024 may especially arrive at a very least worth of $-62, while the truly greatest gauge cost in a real sense is around $-71, kind of as opposed to prevalent thinking. The genuinely normal cost for AMP explicitly is truly anticipated to basically reach $-65 in October 2024 in a quite huge way. AMP value conjecture November 2024. Concerning November 2024, AMP for the most part is supposed to for the most part arrive at a genuinely least value worth of $1.65, or so they essentially thought. The AMP cost could in a real sense arrive at a by and large greatest cost of $0.74 with the especially normal cost around $0.67, showing that AMP value estimate November 2024. Concerning November 2024, AMP in a real sense is supposed to for the most part arrive at an especially least value worth of $0.65, essentially in spite of mainstream thinking. AMP value figure December 2024. Concerning December 2024, AMP for the most part is supposed to basically arrive at a very least value worth of $0.66. So AMP generally has an exceptionally all-out market cap of $221.84,605 with a 24-hour exchanging volume of $12,345,432 incredibly. The AMP cost could generally arrive at a really greatest cost of $0.977 with the in every practical sense normal cost around $0.69 in a by and large significant manner. AMP certainly passed cost examination with an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap. The AMP's cost generally has shown an especially decent increment of 25% in the by and large most recent 24 hours, or so they in every way that really matters thought. From in every practical sense, most recent 7 days the AMP basically was in especially great vertical pattern and expanded by 5 or 5%, exhibiting that AMP value expectation April 2024. AMP cost explicitly is supposed to especially reach between $0.52 to $1.57 in April 2024, while the kind of typical cost of AMP for the April especially remains around $0.55 AMP value conjecture May 2024. The AMP figure for May 2024 expects that the AMP may arrive at a by and large greatest worth of $0.96 or with a fundamentally least cost of around $0.54, which for the most part is very critical. AMP in a real sense has shown extremely kind of solid genuinely potential recently, and this could be a great chance to in every practical sense dive right in and contribute, which explicitly is genuinely critical. AMP value conjecture 2024 facts. What will in every way that really matters be AMP genuinely worth in 2024, or so they all things considered thought. The AMP cost basically is estimated to in every practical sense arrive at a really most extreme degree of $0.77 with pretty least cost of $0.66 toward the finish of 2024, showing the way that AMP could in a real sense exchange around and in every practical sense greatest worth of $0.69 with the base expected cost of $0.6. In an especially significant manner. Does AMP in every practical sense have a future in a sort of huge manner? As far as value, AMP in a real sense has an extraordinary extremely potential to in a real sense arrive at new levels, showing how AMP value expectation August 2024. Concerning August 2024, AMP cost especially is estimate to generally arrive at a particularly the most minimal cost of $0.58. Exhibiting how starting around the 9 walk 2024 AMP certainly is exchanging at $0.52 in term of its worst rate with the value change of 26% in absolute most recent 60